Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Mitch. I'm here with a little impromptu video on a subject that I don't like to talk about. I'm tired of talking about. I don't want to talk about it. And most importantly, I don't want to have to spend hours and hours of the day, every day of my life, answering questions about this in the comments on my videos, and yet it never stops. After my video yesterday morning telling you how I reevaluate this whole YouTube thing every day, this is yet another reason why. I released a video this morning talking about air fryers, and invariably, inevitably, I start getting comments. Those air fryers are poisonous. They have Teflon coating in them. They're going to kill you. What's your opinion on this chemical, that chemical, or the other chemical? Aren't you aware that the frying pans and the things that you recommend are poisonous and are going to kill you? And every time, out of courtesy, I have to sit there with that tiny little keyboard on my cell phone and type out answers. And these answers can't be short. My main advice to anybody agonizing over, worrying to death about, losing sleep over, bringing it up in discourse time and time again. Examine your motives. Why? Why do you feel the need to warn the rest of us ignorant humans about something that's been going on since the 1950s? Why do you feel it necessary to warn us not to buy certain products? Because somehow you know more than we know. What motivates you to do this? Are you that caring and good of a person? If so, good on you. Any advice I give on my channel, as I keep repeating over and over again, comes out of my own personal experience, the things I've researched and the things I've learned. Just because you research something doesn't mean that what you find is truthful. In fact, I think more than 90% of the shit you find on the internet is not truth at all, or fact. It is either unknown or somebody's opinion or agenda or propaganda. All of these so-called laboratory tests prove mean shit. They mean shit. All the tests that show that high cholesterol causes heart attacks seems to have become embedded in the conventional wisdom, and yet there is absolutely no legitimate proof or study that shows that. I address those things every day. Those are important things to carnivores. Those are important things to us. What damage does sugar do to your body at a cellular level? I address that. What damage do seed oils do? I address that. Those are important things. Important things that the rest of the world does not understand. The rest of the world believes that red meat causes cancer and diabetes. I can't help if they believe that. My advice to them is basically, if that's what you believe, don't eat red meat. My advice to all of you that are so firmly convinced that if you cook an omelet in a Teflon pan and eat that omelet, you will drop dead on the spot. If that's what you believe, by God, do not cook an omelet in a Teflon pan. If you want to believe that, if you want to agonize over that, if you want to lose sleep over that, that's your right. That's great. I would like to ask respectfully that you not ask me about that anymore. All you need to know about me is that I use these things in my life. I cook in certain non-stick cookware because I know because I've researched on my own and spent a lot of time doing it, whatever dangers there may be, and how to minimize or negate those dangers by following a few simple rules. It's extremely high temperatures that we need to worry about. So sous videing a steak at 130 degrees in a PFAS-free and BPA-free plastic bag is harmless. So stop telling me how dangerous it is. Stop telling me I need to cook in stainless steel cookware. I have an all stainless steel, expensive Cuisinart air fryer toaster oven that I can't use, along with so many other people who've told me the same thing, because it's impossible to keep clean. What am I using to try to clean these so-called safe stainless steel things? What kind of chemicals do I need to use? What kind of abrasives? Do I need to use soap-laden Brillo pads to scrub that crap off? Does that soap-laden Brillo pad leave more harmful residue on that safe stainless steel? Nobody thinks about any of these things. They want us panicked. They want us focused on the next big threat to humanity constantly. It takes our mind off of the shit they're doing to us on a day-to-day basis that goes under the radar that we don't recognize. Teflon was first introduced in the United States in 1961. I remember as a kid, as a teenager, that my mother went out and bought every Teflon-coated appliance and frying utensil that she could. It was modern. It was the latest thing. I have been eating food prepared in Teflon, something that they don't use much of anymore. But I have ingested God knows how much food prepared in Teflon over a lifetime. And yet miraculously, amazingly, I'm 77 years old now, in great health. And it wasn't eliminating Teflon that was responsible for my great health. It was eliminating the real things we need to concern ourselves with. The sugar, the seed oils, the grains, the cyanide, the oxalates, all of those other things that we are ingesting in mass quantities as a human species and have to eliminate. And compared to the dangers that those things have on our health and physiology, and the damage that's done to our physiology, any harm that might come from an occasional molecule of Teflon or a microplastic that we might ingest is insignificant. Not hardly even thinking about, let alone forcing me to take hours of my day, every day, defending my position that there are a lot more important things to worry about. I can't give you the definitive answer. There have been absolutely no conclusive studies ever performed about the effects on the lifespan and mortality of a human being because of the ingestion of some of these particular chemicals. There aren't any of those studies because those studies would be impossible, just like most of the studies on nutrition are impossible. You would have to pretty much isolate a set of identical twins at birth, control every aspect of their lives to make sure it's identical, except for that one difference that you're testing for. So you would have you would have a set of twins or multiple sets of twins living in captivity for the entirety of their lives. monitored day in and day out to make sure they were eating exactly the same foods, dressing in the same clothes, drinking the same water, doing the same activities, so that there could be no difference in the two, except for the fact that one of their food is prepared in Teflon and the other is prepared in stainless steel. And then all you could do is wait to see who died first, and then try to establish an absolute cause of death, which would also be impossible. There is no way to prove any of this stuff. This stuff is noise and propaganda. Yes, some of these chemicals can be dangerous. Yes, Teflon is now illegal. But does that even mean anything? Was it some industry group who manufactured stainless steel cookware that was responsible for paying off the politicians that voted for that? You can't know anything. That's why I don't listen to any of this crap. I only take what I know. And at a perch of 77 years, with that much history behind me, and looking at myself, my health, and what I've done that has actually made a difference, I'm probably in a better place than anybody to zero in on the truth of it. So along with no politics on my channel, along with no more religion on my channel, I'm going to ask you, please, no more talk about the coatings that they use on some of the cookware that I recommend. I've researched it to the point where I know that is nothing for me to worry about, and all I can tell you is it's a decision you have to make to say, well, I trust this guy. Maybe he knows what he's talking about. Or, oh, no, I'm going to believe all that other shit out there. And then that's fine too. That's fine too. I'm not holding a gun to your head making you cook your omelet in a nonstick pan. I'm not forcing you into doing anything or buying anything. I'm just telling you, I'm tired. I'm tired of dealing with this subject. I've dealt with it 500 times already in the past few months. I am tired of seeing the same nonsense over and over again and having to answer it. This is my answer. This is my answer. Anytime I see a comment warning the world about the dangers of what make up pretty much 80% of the cookware and appliances sold today, I am simply going to remove that comment. Not going to remove the user, but I'm just going to remove that comment so that I don't have to deal with it. I've dealt with it before. I'm dealing with it now. I have to maintain my sanity if I want to keep doing this. The overwhelming response I got was that, Mitch, we don't want you to stop doing this. I don't want to stop doing this. My goal this morning, after a weekend of introspection, my goal was to turn positive today, to start talking about things other than politics, to start getting back to the basics of what I do here on YouTube, talking about preparing foods, the methods of preparing foods. My next video that I just recorded talked about the pitfalls during the first 30 days to help a lot of the new people. I want to do stuff like that. I cannot spend my entire day defending the fact that I recommended an air fryer that has a non-stick coating on the air fryer basket or the grill. I don't think it's dangerous. Nobody thinks it's dangerous enough to outlaw. Nobody's enforcing even the laws that already exist about that stuff, and nobody's dropping dead from it. They're dropping dead from too much sugar, carbohydrates, seed oils, grains, oxalates, and cyanide. Those subjects I'll be happy to address answer questions on, and make videos about. The non-stick cooking discussion on this channel is over. If you want alarmism, if you want reasons to panic more than you already have, if you want things to worry about in that realm, the realm of microplastics, the realm of non-stick cooking coatings, there are tens of thousands of videos on YouTube that you can watch and get yourself as upset and worried as you would like. I'm out of that discussion. I hope I've made myself clear. I want to get back to being positive. And I'm positive that that shit is not going to kill you. Thanks. Now take the rest of the day off and eat meat.